yeah, I think now I'll start talking about it. Just, and this was something I was thinking about, like, I think yesterday, maybe a few days ago. But you know, obviously, like, Holostars is like a pretty, again, it's definitely in a much different tone, I feel like it's talked about, than like just Hololive in general. I feel like Stars is honestly kind of similar in that, like, when you bring up idol culture kind of thing and like parasocialism, like Holostars is within that same realm of like how you talk about it. And like, I know like people want the girls to collab with them more, but like Hachima and Luna have had like clips of like them not enjoying when people say that. So like, well, I think it's like, you know, it's with good intentions, it's a little misguided and not fully taking into account like the other people's feelings about it, right? And like, so what I'm just gonna say is that I feel like Cover has really dropped the ball with Holostars. Like, it really is on their end. And like, I feel like people don't really, I haven't seen people really blame Cover over the handling of Holostars, because I just feel like their handling of it's just been so weird, right? Especially from like, just with the idea that Stars and Live they're merged with each other, right? They're under Hololive production, and yet there's like completely different. Like, I even saw like a thing, like an image, I think, on one of the wikis. Maybe if I pull up like Hololive production, but like it's so bizarre just how they have handled it. Okay, I guess maybe I misread it, because I thought it was with this they showed I thought they showed both of them together, but like, yeah, no, I guess it is still technically its like own separate thing. But like, it's so weird, because like, yeah, I guess they act like independent of each other, but like, I just think from a company standpoint, from a financial standpoint, that's not good in the long run. Right? Like, and I just think them being separate doesn't make any sense on that level. Like, not even just like financially, but like even where both are at, right? Both groups are at. It doesn't make any sense. I wasn't gonna play a game. I was gonna talk. That's what the you know, I think it's because my bio or whatever, it said that, right? On the freaking tweet. That's what it said. So I'm sorry about that, but I don't know why it said that. In the freaking thing, it said it said play a game. I gotta check. It's in my Twitter bio with that, but I think it's something to do with that. But yeah, I don't think I was planning on playing the game. I was mostly planning on talking. I mean, maybe I could be in the mood to play one, but that's gonna be a lot later down the line. I just wanted to check, because if that's so weird. I don't know why that was the message it sent. Yeah, because it's not even my bio. Also, I need to update my bio. Yeah, that's so weird. Because even on like the stream I was when like I sent out the tweet, that was just in with the link. It wasn't even. Was that made? No, that wasn't even my last stream title. I don't even know why that had that there. I'll be honest. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna have to look into that. I mean, it's different now. Now it's actually like the bio that's linked. But like, that's so bizarre. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna play a game, at least for a while, if I do play a game this stream. I'll probably play a game like next time I stream or something. I'll try. What is that, Sunday? So I'll probably try for there unless something crazy happens. Because I like to yap. So yeah, there is that. But it's just like getting back to this, it just, I feel like the whole like separating them into a boy group and a girl group, like in the long run it's not helpful for them, right? For stars or even live, honestly, as well, because like you just have these two groups completely separate from each other, except for like, oh hey, they were in like for the summer thing, like the stars were just there and like these promotional images, cool. Because I saw in like a clip of like some of them making a puzzle for like a summer event, and like the stars were there, just like, that's neat. It's like, I think people are just gonna look and they'd be like, wait, who are those guys? You know? And like, I think that's my main point of like what I'm saying with this is like, Holostars' main issue is that no one knows they even exist, right? Like, even if you look and think about other male VTubers, the ones you're probably gonna think of like Porcelain Maid, Sayu, right? Like, you're not gonna think of the Holostars as male VTubers, right? Or like when like the first male VTubers pop in your head. It's not gonna be that unless you know they exist. At least for me, like, I don't know if it's like a certain like rabbit hole or something, but like I feel like they are much more well known, like the Twitch male VTubers, like Kuro, Shoto, as well. I think that's how you say his name. Like, they are much more known than Holostars. Like, I'd see a big chunk of people who watch Hololive don't even know Holostars exists. Like, that's the thing, and I feel like part of that is Cover's fault for like, just like, I don't know. I don't get why they're separate, like completely separate. It doesn't make any sense to me. You have this like two things under the same company. If you want both to succeed, you put them together at least sometimes. And they like haven't done that since like 2022, 2023, like that countdown stream. I think that was the last time. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're actively hurting yourself by just not like keeping them separate. Like, I don't know if they want just like another like 2020 type boom, right, to hit or something. Like, maybe that's what they're trying for, but like, you're not gonna get that, man. I think a big reason why they hit was like people saw like Corona and stuff and like, oh, that's cute. Guys aren't gonna get that. You know? And then, like, it's so hard with the oversaturation to go viral and like stand out, like in like today's environment, you know? It's so hard to do that. And like, you kind of need to keep up with the virality, because if you just do it like once, right, it just kind of stops. And like, I think Hololive, like, it worked out because, hey, there's all these like quirky cast of characters, right? Not just like Kurane or Miko, but like there's like all these other ones. Matsuri was another one also. People like was their first initiation into it. But then yeah, you have all these bunch of other like quirky characters that you can then look into and then fall in the rabbit hole because you like relate to one much more that wasn't a part of like the main people. And like Stars has that, but like I think also what I'm trying to say is like they have like no clips. Like there is nothing. I mean, like, yeah, sure, probably before the boom with live also there wasn't many, but like I feel like it's less with Stars, man. It's, I don't know, like I feel like they've just really dropped the ball. Like, my main thing is like, why even like those like main channel videos they do, right, on like Hololive and stuff, why don't they just like sometimes bring in a Holostar? Like, that would make so much more sense. It would give attention to like the Holostar. That just makes sense to me. And like, you can still do the like whole girl group boy group dynamic, It's just now like they work together, like sometimes, like a company. You know, it's like they're like co-workers instead of just like complete strangers. And like another thing also is like, I don't know if they're like hoping for the talents themselves to just be friends with each other, but like, dude, they're all introverts. That's not gonna happen, especially with like cross-gender relationships. I think it's harder to close the gap as well with that. And so like also doing those kind of things where you put in a Holostar with them, like that gives a chance for them to interact with each other in a case where they potentially wouldn't have, right? So like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's so bizarre. It doesn't make any sense. And like you have the ID girls like interacting with stars like pretty often, right? Like that's a pretty true thing. Yeah. Jesus. Like yeah, you have that. And I just lost my train of thought. Well, like you also have, because I saw the stream that you have Ollie, Liz, and Shiori gonna watch the concert, right? So like that's a big thing, right? Like that's a big deal. But like I think ever since like 2022, there really hasn't been that kind of like, oh, they're working together, like they're co-workers, right? They're under one banner ultimately. Like that's just not been a thing. And like, I mean, I guess with the like Twitter and stuff, that maybe was never the case. That seems like it never was the point. Like, I guess just the whole merge thing was like, they just unified for like legal reasons, I guess. Yeah, they share certain assets and legal rights. So yeah, I guess it was for like legal, like higher up reasonings that they merged. But I will say, like with the merge, it just really makes it feel like they should be interacting with each other a lot more. And again, like I'm blaming the company on this, because the company should be the one, like, you know, like having these things where like they put each other together. And again, if you're complaining about the whole like, oh, they won't collab with dudes or something like that, like, first of all, vast majority of them are very much okay and have done it in the past. And second of all right, just have them fill out a form of just like a question of like, would you feel comfortable like collabing with the opposite gender? Yes or no. That's all you need to do. It's that simple. And then like maybe check back every like 6 months or something like that. Just make sure they haven't changed their mind or anything. Right? Like that's all you need to do. Literally all you need to do. It's not that hard. Yeah, like it just bothers me so much. Cause like it just makes me feel like all of Stars' a struggle. Like they give Live all this like love and support, and then they don't give Stars like yeah, they're getting the concert, but it just feels like they get like table scraps, man. Like they're not doing anything to actually help them. I feel like it's just like, well, you gotta get on your own merit, which is like, that's not how you run a company. Right? If the whole point of like you getting money, right, and like being a good company, like a profitable company, is getting your talents like well known, right? Like you should advertise them. You should like and put them together. Like you shouldn't just have like these solo things, you know? That's why I also just think in the long run, like having them separate and treating them as complete separates, right? Like it's not smart. Literally when they had their own Twitter and people were like, yeah, and stuff, I was like, why? Right? Like, because it just screws them over in the long run. It makes them even less known, right? That's why I like the fan Discord incorporating both Stars and Live in it, right? Because another thing also is that I feel like if they were the same size, it'd be fine, right? I mean, they're not remotely the same size, which is a problem. And I think also why it's kind of stupid to be like, oh, these are separate, right? Like, just treat them as separates, you know? It's like a rarity for them to collab with each other. Like, that's stupid. You know? Because it seems like at this point, they'd rather just, like, get rid of Holostars as a whole instead of just having them interact with the girls. which doesn't make any sense. But like another part of it is that I just think with idol culture, like it's also given so much crap to the guys as well, just with the extra idol culture stuff, with them not being able to like the no marriage stuff, and just the parasocialism, like supporting the people who take the parasocialism way too far. Like that's also screwed over the guys, because now there's just this mindset, I think, from some people why they have this inherent hatred towards them, of like, oh, they're in close proximity to like Mayoshi or whatever, right? And they're gonna take Mayoshi or whatever, which is like very stupid. But like I think this is in some people's brains, and so like yeah, now they're just making up false stories about stars, like they're purposely ruining them, which is also then thereby screwing over the girls, because the girls also do better when the guys are doing better, because they're under the same company. It's so stupid. And like I feel like the decision of not having them interact like at all, from like the company side, to not have them like connect, do any promotion thing together, like yeah, I think like Tokyo Ambassadors, they have both, but like that's a Japan only thing, man. I feel like you need to have like something, man. You just need to do something. And like they've just completely dropped the ball on that, and like I think it's gonna come back to bite them in the end, right? Or like, you know, it's made them maybe not expand as much as like they could, right? Like it's just so short-sighted, I feel like. Even if like their desires to have like a girl company and a boy company, right? Or like a girl group and a guy group, they should still be able to interact with each other, like, and you should still have them interact with each other, because that's just good for your own business as well. And again, like most of the girls don't care. Like that's another thing that's stupid about it. It's just like really dumb how, like, I'm pretty sure even Stars, like, if I remember correctly, like they did holograph, but I think they've stopped doing holographs. So it's like, why don't you just have the Holostars like a part of the Hololive holographs? That then also gives like less stress on the girls to then like work on this stuff. And it's so weird, because again, like if they're more cooperative, they could do stuff like without worrying about like people getting like overworked or something, right? Because now the guys can carry the load as well. Like it's so weird. Like I'm pretty sure they stopped doing holographs. Yeah, they don't have holographs from these last like year. But like the guys did have holographs at one point. Like Xian's even in a Hololive hologram, but it's for a collaboration for a mobile game, right? That's it. And there's no introduction or anything, so it's just, I feel like for most people it's gonna be like, who's that guy? You know, like, and that's the issue too, like you need to set them up, like introduce them, man. I don't think Xian got introduced in a freaking hologram, so it's just like the average person is just gonna look at them and be like, who's that guy? You know, like it's just so short-sighted, I feel like, and just ultimately not good. Yeah, the anime, but like I'm pretty sure that's holograph, because I think they also have the anime thing in front with live. Like they stopped doing that 3 years ago, dude. Or like, yeah, almost 3 years ago, I think. Like that's crazy. Oh, that one, there's also holograph here. So yeah, maybe like 2.5, because yeah, I guess I did miss some of them. Yeah, maybe like 2 years. But still, like that's insane how like you could have all these ideas then with like throwing the Holostars in there too, and you do nothing with it. Like you do literally nothing. Like it's insane, dude. Like it should not be at the point where like your two groups collabing with each other like is getting like causing a stir, right, every time it happens. Like, I feel like that's also on covers, like, that's on cover. For also just, like, allowing that to just happen, like, every time, right? When, like, a star and a like, Hololive member collab, like, there's a stir about it. Like, I think that's also on cover. Like, they should not have... It should not be a thing where, like, an employee working with another employee is crapped on, right? And, like, getting pushback and, like, criticism. Like, that should not happen unless the employee did a bad thing. But no, these people have the sole crime of being a dude. Like, it's so weird. And, like, I just feel like they've so earnestly dropped the ball on Holostars when, like, they could be doing so much more to make them better and, like, stand out much more. Because, hey, would you guys... Guess what? Like, the most popular, I think, male VTubers are former Niji. Right? I think they're former Niji. Or, like, current Niji. Because they're merged in. And then they just naturally gained an audience. Yeah. And I feel like also, like, another issue with that is, like... just... Like, it gives these people, like, a false idea of what VTubing is, I feel like. Maybe not like that, but I just feel like people just have, like, a checkbox, right? But, like, if they're not cute, then I'm not watching them. It's like, what? Like, the inherent idea of just, I like VTubers because they're cute. Like, yes, there are some that are like that, but I feel like there's even, like, normal people, like, normal, like, not VTubers, like, content creators that are like that too. So, like, I don't think that's exclusive to VTubers. Right? Like, I just see it personally as, like, another avenue of content creation. That is how I see it. And yeah, like, I just feel like it gives a false idea. And then also, like, yeah, there's just, like, prejudices against them, because, like, it was so weird to me when, like, people were just like, oh yeah, Miko's better than Miyabi in basically, like, every way. It's like, all right, like, what are we talking about, dude? And, like, one was like, oh, Miko's more hardworking, but it's like, yeah, I think because that's because the company gives her more stuff to do. Like, I'm not sure how much Stars gets compared to, like, live, but I feel like it's either less or at least comparable. So I feel like the whole, like, Miko works harder is stupid. And also, I think at one point she worked herself so much that she basically cried. Like, I feel like there's a point of hard working where we need to, like, be like, all right, you know what? That's not great. You know, and, like, good on her for at least recognizing at that point and be like, ah, shoot, okay, maybe I need to take a break, but, like, that's not okay. You know, like, that shouldn't just be normal. Yeah, maybe that's my thing, but I just don't think that should be a thing. We should just reward people for doing work like that. Yeah. Yeah, like, because I think just not supporting the Holostars is, like, again, not only is it, like, financially, I think, not great for them, but, like, I just feel like with the fans, then it just starts screwing over the guys even more than when they're not interacting, right? Because it's a natural human thing to, like, not, like, change, right? And, like, this is something they should have been doing since the beginning. And, like, I think, well, I mean, there were pairings. Now they're not there. I think it's because there's more members now. But again, like, they should still be integrating the two branches with each other, right? The two, like, Live and Star should be integrating, well, not integrating, but, like, doing stuff together for, like, company stuff, you know? Like, not even, like, just, like, collabs and stuff. You know, I'm saying, like, for their own, like, personal stuff. Like, I think just as, like team building or something, man. Like, they need to interact, like, at all. They're coworkers, right? Like, they're not strangers. You know? That's my issue. Because, like, yeah, obviously if it's, like, a Vispo or, like, you know, Niji, something like that, it's like, yeah, I don't expect them to, like, you know, talk to them, but like with Stars and Live, like I feel like there should be some expectation of them interacting with each other, like at all. Because they're co-workers working under the same company. So, you know, there's at least a little something you could work with there. And also, I can't emphasize this enough, like, most of the girls don't care about climbing with other dudes. Like, I think as far as I know, like, Miko, Mio, Kanata are, like, the main ones off the top of my head. Maybe Lammy. Who wouldn't? That's 4 of them. That wouldn't. So, oh, Pecora. There's another one. Like 5. There's 5 of them. Whoa. Oh man, they don't want to collab with anybody. And like, yeah, I think there's like 60 of them that like have. Oh, that might be like all of them. But like, it's like a very high ratio that actually have collabed with dudes in the past. Like Ayame, Choco, and Roboco have. And Azuki at the freaking countdown. Like, what are we doing? Aki does it like on a daily basis. And Botan kind of to an extent. But yeah, Aki does it like all the time. It's just so stupid. And like their mismanagement has just like, I think perpetually just screwed over the guys. Just from that. And it's so weird because like it seems like it was Yago's pet project, but then it seemed like there's like no love in it. Like, how do you have a pet project and have 0 love in it? Like, I guess they just think it's a waste of money, but like it's not a waste of money to do like a main channel like Hololive video and put a Holostar in it. That costs nothing. Like, I don't get why, if they're thinking like, oh, this is gonna waste money. I don't know if they realize this, but Live is much bigger than Stars. So even just having like a Holostar in there, like you could have like Robaru, like Aruran, like the ones who actually are like really good in conversation. I think Estelle to an extent, right? Like just have them in there with them, and then people will be like, hey, these guys are kind of neat. You know? And then you slowly start breaking away at like their mindset, right? But they just don't do that. Instead, they just keep them completely separated, like completely isolated from each other. They're essentially just 2 separate, like that's even how people have treated them, as like 2 separate like companies. And it's insane. Like, we should not have gotten to this point. You know? Like, for your own company survival, you should have all your coworkers working together. That is how it's going to last longer. But I guess they just don't. They kind of fell asleep on that. I don't know, man. It's very weird. Yeah. I just don't get it. Yeah. Yeah. That is my main issue. Yeah. I think that was the most of it. I had a lot more coherent in my head, and then I just started spitballing. I need to probably like script these. Just so like I sound coherent when I'm saying it, and make sure I just say everything. Because I'm sure there's another aspect of it I'm forgetting that I had in my mind all the time, and now I'm forgetting it. But like, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah. There's like other stuff, but yeah, like it just bothers me, and like I feel like people really need to just start. Like I haven't really seen many people call it like cover for the reason why Stars isn't doing well. Like people are always like, oh, like Stars and Live should collab with each other. It's like, dude, cover has like all the opportunity in the world to just do it. They just choose not to, right? And like I feel like there's like this kind of stigma of like, oh, it was a school friend, it's not as authentic. Dude, shut up. I mean, most of these people in Hololive are friends because they're in the same company anyway. So like I feel like if people are gonna do the whole same inauthentic friendship or whatever nonsense for having like stars and live just interact at all, like it's stupid. Or like the same with like, oh, they're just mooching out their success or whatever. Dude, every member that isn't Korone, Fubuki, like Miko, like all of them did it. Like, what are we talking about? All of them did it. I mean, and even all those three to an extent, because they're like, if anyone else helped them out, right? Or like those three helped each other out, like Fubuki, Korone, Miko, I'm sure they had some like cross-pollination, right? So like they also helped each other out. I don't understand the whole like they're, because people are probably gonna be like, oh, they're mooching. It's like, yeah, and it's good for them to do that. Like, it's good for the company. I don't get what the issue is. It's stupid. Like what do you mean, dude? Yeah, like it's very dumb. And yeah, I guess my whole thing is just like, I feel like having the stars and live like completely separate and not having them interact at all is just very short-sighted. Like, it's not helping them get to their true potential, right? Of like what they can do, right? And like the amount that can be invested back into it, right? And like that's just not there. Like they actually would benefit a lot more from just actually like cover, even just once in a while, like having them be together, having them sit down, having them talk to each other. Because again, they're introverts. If you're expecting them to interact with each other naturally, that's just not gonna happen. Like, look at Pecora and how long it's taken her. It's taken like 7 years, dude. Like, I know Pecora is like an extreme, but like still, like I feel like it still has to be said. So like, yeah, I honestly think Holostars and the way it's at is mostly Cover's fault. Because like, yeah, they should be helping each other. They should be boosting them up, right? And they've just done nothing. And they've just left them on their own. And like, that's not good. Like, for the future financially, that's just not good. I mean, like, I'm not saying like they're gonna freaking like implode because of it or anything, right? But I'm just saying like they could get to even higher heights, right? If they just had them interact with each other at all, man. Like, I think that's partly where the pressure is and why they don't collab with each other like Stars and Live, is because they're introverts, man. They don't know each other. And I'm sure also with like The Office and stuff, like I doubt they barely run into each other, right? So like, it's so silly. Like, and like, we should really, it really is Cover's fault. It's not the girls or the guys' fault. It's really Cover's fault for just completely dropping the ball on this. Because if they just had them in like any sort of like video, right? Like even just like the ones they do for like Flow Glow and Regloss, I think they sometimes do it on the main channel still, right? Just doing those stuff, but having like a star with them like every once in a while, right? Like, or having a star cross over to like a Holostar channel video. Like just anything, you know? Just anything. I mean, yeah, they very rarely do it. Especially like voice packs. Like maybe holobrows. Like, I do know though that Regloss and Flowglow do those type of videos that like they did it in They did it like before with just the live main channel. Yeah, it seems like maybe unless they're like collabing or something, like they just don't do it. Like at all. Yeah, because like most of these are just like voice pack announced, they're like hologram. That's what most of these are at this point. But like they should go back and like, I know like they're already have so much on their plate, but just like every once in a while going back and doing that. But like again, like that would also be good for the stars as well, because like then you have stars in there, also takes less pressure off of the girls as well. Like that's the thing, man. They should be working together, and they're not at all. It's like they're acting like the other side doesn't exist, which is so bizarre. It seems like it's mostly like music for the Stars channel. And like this thing too is like, I think they like when they're going for like other like collaborations, right, with like the Dodgers one. So I think I saw that, and like it just seemed like they're only collabing with the Holo Live part of it, which again also is just going to screw over the guys even more. Right? Like I don't know, man. Like they should be with like in the same thing. They should be associated with each other, and that just is non-existent. It just doesn't happen. Because I think you could still have them like overall be like connect to each other, like they still work as like co-workers, right? But you still can get the girl group guy group thing across, right? Like you can still make it work and have them, you know, interact with each other like at all. Like, because I think that's what they're going for with Holostars Live. They're like, oh, we want a guy group and a girl group thing. It's like, okay, that like at least have them interact if you want to, like, you know, be as successful as you can. Like, it's just so bizarre how they're just completely like isolated from each other, to the point where even like Holo Track or whatever that tracks sub counts doesn't even have the stars on them, even though they also have the Holo brand with them. Like, I feel like it's just a complete mishandling. It's beyond stupid. Ugh. Yeah. It just bothered me. And just like thinking about it, it's like the more you really think about it, like the more it's just like not. Oh, and like I know they're looking to the future, right? Like Yago even like has said like, oh, looking out like 10 years in the future. It's like, okay, well, like you should really help out more. And like for someone whose like pet project was freaking Holostars, like, I mean, maybe he's gotten so wrapped up in the, I guess I don't know how it was at the very start, right, if they actually did interact, but like, yeah, it's just so, it's so bizarre. Like, I'm changing my bio, hang on. I mean, I'm just changing this real quick. Now it's more accurate when I tweet out this stuff. I just don't get it. Yeah, yeah, like I feel like when they merged the English Twitter accounts, it was a good idea, and then they broke them off again, and I'm like, why are you doing that? That was like helping the stars out, and it was really doing nothing for like live, right? Well, I mean, in a way, it was helping live too, because if stars does better, then live is doing better, because it's under the same company. That's why just like ignoring them is big stupid. God. Just bugs me so much, dude. Freaking hate it. Like, yeah, they're also literally on separate websites. Like, yeah, you made it so separate that, like, people are, like, when they come across stars, they're just gonna be like, what is this, dude? I've never heard of this. And, like, that is a complete mismanagement. When you have a brand as, like, well-known as Hololive, and then you have this other brand as Holostars that people are, like 6 months later, they're finally finding out this thing exists, like... Dude, you've completely dropped the ball on it. I guess that's just my whole thing. It's just how do you have a brand as well known as Hololive, and then your second brand doesn't get even remotely like known until like 6 months later? Like when they're like, and like pretty deep into the rabbit hole too, I think some people, right? Like that's ridiculous. Like they should be interconnected, like they should be with each other, like synonymous with each other, not against each other, or like their own separate things. And like again, like you can do the whole like guy group and girl thing, but still make them like freaking synonymous with each other. Because you've already done it with Stars and Live. Like, you've already done with the labeling. Live is the girl group. Stars is the boy group. Good job, you did it. Now make them synonymous with each other. Literally all you need to do. If you just want to make them synonymous. All Live is the girl group. Stars is the guy group. You already did that. You don't need to do anything more to imply, like, they're a guy group and a girl group. You really don't. And like I think people, at least me, but like I feel like also when I've heard other people talk about Hololive, like they don't talk about it as like it's a girl group. But like the thing is, I feel like people would talk about Hololive as a girl group if Stars was as equally popular, but they're not. So people are just like, oh yeah, Live's like a, you know, like a VTuber agency, like an idol agency. Like they don't throw in female in there, I don't think. But if Stars was on that same level, I think you would see people a lot more saying that Live is a girl group. Like they would put that classification in there, and Stars is a guy group. So also, if you want to do the whole like calling them a girl and a guy group, if Stars is more popular, I think people would do that more. Because they would have to make that distinction more. Like God, I hate it. Just nothing about this makes sense to me, man. Like, nothing about it. Like, are you really expecting another, like, 2020 type scenario to happen to Stars? Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like what happened to Hololive is like a 1 in a million type thing, dude. Like... And like, I think they're not realizing how big that boom in 2020 was. I think I even like underestimated some, like, at times. That boom in 2020 was massive. And I think another big reason of that 2020 boom is that it was in the pandemic, right? So that's another 1 in a million thing you're shooting for if you want stars to grow on their own and be the same size as live on their own. That's not gonna happen, right? Or if it does happen, it's gonna be like a decade from now where they'll finally be at the same size if you're going to continue this same route. But even then, that's probably not gonna happen because live is gonna keep constantly growing too, right? Obviously, as you get bigger, you grow faster. So like at this rate, stars is never going to be remotely close to live unless you do something about it. In popularity. And again, it helps the company. It helps the live girls as well, equally as much if Stars does well, because they're under the same company. Like what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Why are we not having them be synonymous with each other? Because again, you already have that distinction with Stars and Live. Like even just the name of their branches, you already have that distinction. Why do you make everything else like that? Right? Why do you make it so they don't interact with each other at all? They would grow way faster if they interacted with the girls, like, at all. Again, if they don't feel comfortable about it, hey, just do like a company-wide forum, right? On like, just to ask the question, hey, do you feel comfortable collabing with the, or like being on camera with the live / stars? Yes or no? Then you send that to management, and then, or like whoever's working on like main channel videos and stuff, or like company stuff. And then you can integrate them with each other, you know? Like, it's just so stupid. It's so short-sighted. Because you could have so much more potential, right? Like, and so much more success if you just had them interact at all, man. And then it's just nothing. Other than like authentic like relationships, which again, with them being introverts, is not gonna happen likely. Unless you get like a Liz type situation where she wants to actively like collab with the stars. That's the only thing, like that's the only thing you're gonna get. Like imagine if like Ruse or Altair was in that like video with like that one JP video where they just talk about their cats, right? Like Altair and Ruse has cats. What if they were in that too and talked about cats? I mean, they can't speak Japanese, I think, but like, I think Altair can speak it a little bit, but like just imagine if they're in that, dude. I'm sure also they would get friendships just from that, just from sharing an interest and sharing it, right? Of just owning cats, having a similarity and sharing it. Like, yeah, if you just want to do simple like icebreaker type things on the main channel, you can just even do that, right? Because I'm sure that would also be great content too, like having the live girls and the stars guys just doing like icebreaker stuff. That seems like it would be pretty decent content to me as well. It'd be very interesting. And I think also it helped those parasocial people see how to actually like talk to the opposite gender. There's also that. But yeah, just like the like weird ambivalence to just do nothing to help stars is so weird. Because yeah, you don't have to invest advertisement dollars, just have them be synonymous with the girls. That's all you need to do. But like, yeah, I think they're thinking like, oh, we gotta blow advertising dollars to like advertise stars. It's like, no, you don't. Like, streaming in itself is free advertisement. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, content creation in general, it's just free advertisement. And we're just wasting it. God, dude. I freaking hate it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's most of what I wanted to say. Like, the blame really should go more on cover than anything else for, like, why Stars is where it's at. And, like, I feel like people throw all these fingers out at, like, oh, this is the reason why they're doing that. This is the reason why. It's like, no, like, all of the reasons kind of go back to cover mishandling Stars so poorly. Like, I don't even care about the, like, idol culture part of it, which is probably the reason why it started that way. Their just refusal to do anything to help Stars when Live was blowing up, because Stars was still a thing when Live blew up in 2020. And, like, they could have used that as an opportunity to show off the guys, and, like, I don't think they did it. They did nothing with that. They still treat them as, like, separate. It's like, why, dude? It was a once in a lifetime, or like once in a million type freaking like boom that you'll get, and you didn't capitalize it with your freaking like male group part of it. Like, how did you mess that up, dude? Because like the only, like some of them Holostars are only popular because they interact with the girls, or like as popular as they are, I should say. Not the only reason they're popular, but like the more sub 2 ones are because of that, you know. Robu is kind of an outlier, but also kind of not, because he did, but he also gets a lot of clips of him like interacting with people outside of it. I still kind of the same way too. Those two are kind of outliers, but that's just like because of one clipper also. But like I think Outrun's a good example. Oga's a good example, right? Of those, and I think there's some of the most sub 2 Holostars. I could even just look at it, right? I think Altair is second, but like yeah, that's because he interacted with Kobo so much. I think is a big reason for him. And Kobo has a lot of. Kobo's got a lot. I feel like this also, bruh, come on, dude. That's also like so. Come on, man. If that doesn't show an indictment on cover dropping the ball on Stars, I don't know what does. The fact that I even put in Holostars member and it corrected me to Hololive member. Like, dude. And these are also, yeah, these are Hololive. These aren't Stars like this is, but these two aren't. I mean, maybe this one is because it's about production as a whole, but like this doesn't have, this only has the girls. This doesn't have the guys. I use Holotrack. Yeah, like I have to use like this Holo list, which then actually has them, and also like it's not really in a, like why is it set up like this? Why does it only load in 25s? Yeah, Rubber is the most sub 2. And the thing is, Riona is the only one that's below her, or below him, right? The most sub 2, Riona is the only one that's below him, and that's because she had an alleged controversy that wasn't real, by the way, of her saying an indie game was boring. And that's why she's 100k lower than everybody else. Yeah, Altair is second, Estelle's third, makes sense. Oh, Arun's actually lower than like Izuru and Rika. I don't know how it is in JP, they might actually have like, well, Rika I think is more singing, right? So that makes sense. Izuru might be the same way. Yeah, Axel also makes sense. Right, he was collabing with ID. Had a fair bit of clips, right? But yeah, you see here, Vesper. Vesper is third. He's third in Holostar ZN. Like Haka and Bettel are like close, and Desmond's right there. I don't think people realize how big Holo Assault was for them. Right, because I feel like once you saw Vesper and Desmond both leave, dude, Callie and Crony have not interacted, I think, with the Holostar since Holo Assault. I think since Vesper and Desmond's left, Callie and Crony have not interacted with Holostar at all. And like that's not more like a thing on them. I'm saying like it was a big deal that they left, right? Because imagine if they were still there while like Armis showed up, right? They left before Armis, and I think Tempest Vanguard barely was there. So like imagine what would have happened if they were there. Like I think Callie even showed up for an Apex thing, right? Like yeah, I think that's the one time she's been in a thing with like Vanguard. That's it. And obviously she would like, you know, support them, I would think, and like if they invite her to something, she's absolutely gonna accept. It's just like I feel like people don't realize how big Vesper and like Desmond was, and Magni was. Like they even had Worms tournament with like EN, ID, and Stars. That's non-existent anymore. You know, like that's just not a thing anymore. Oh, too, EN was Callie, Ame, and Crony, right? I feel like am I forgetting there? Oh, Bay. There's 4 of them. Like insane. And I feel like even more insane is like, yeah, some of them don't even have 100,000. Like Gold Bullet has 78k. It's 78,000 subs. Meanwhile, you have freaking like, I'll just go to Holo Tracker because that would just be simpler. You have Myrian with 4.24 million. While your ceiling is 4.24 million, right? And your floor is 78,000. Really? You're telling me you aren't doing anything to like close this gap between this ceiling and this floor? I know sub counts aren't everything, but when you have 4 million to 78,000, that is a pretty noticeable gap that you should probably be closing. Right? If your potential is to get a creator like this, right? And even like Gura back when she was streaming, right? Because she hit 4 million in like 2022. Right? So you have Gura or you have like Marin. What are you doing? Right? This is your potential. You should be getting the best out of all of them. If this is your ceiling, you should be shooting for this all the time. You should not just be sitting here with like someone at 78k and be like, you deal with it. I'm sure Marin's gotten like and this isn't a dock to Marin, but like I'm sure Marin's gotten like a bunch of opportunities, a bunch of like advertising and all that to help her, right? And help her image. When's the last time I saw a Gold Bullet? Right? Like, it's just so crazy. I mean, Ruse also was like kind of the main guy in like the RP server. Still at 91,000. You know? Like, you can't tell me this isn't a mismanagement of covers, like on covers end. This is a mishandling. Because again, even if they're desires or they want a girl group and a guy group, you can still have them synonymous with each other. Because you already specified that from the beginning, that they are a guy group and a girl group. Holo Live is the girls, Holostars is the guys. You already have made that distinction. You don't need to completely isolate them from each other. On like a company standpoint. Again, like this is not supposed to be like a attack on any of the girls. This is an attack to cover. This is me telling cover, hey, this is a complete mismanagement of half, like not half, but like even like a fourth, right? Because I think there's like 20 of them and there's 60 Holo members and there's 20 Holostars. So it's like, yeah, it's basically like a fourth of your company. You're just doing nothing. You're just letting a fourth of your company just rot, right? And not helping them at all. Like you're just not seeing like any of these sub counts and being like, maybe we should actually like have them like collab with each other, like interact with each other in some way. Like you don't even have that. You don't even have that thought for a second. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's so stupid. This is also why I respect Sora so much, because she also like, she went into Rio's, I think, call-in stream, like, and like still obviously very clearly looks after like the stars and like looks at what they're doing. Like, honestly, she seems to care about the stars more than the freaking company does. Like, that's insane. I'm also not telling all the girls to like care about as much as like say like Sora does or like Ollie, you know, like I'm not telling them to get to that level. Like if they don't care and they want to do the whole like I don't want to collab with dudes, that's their creative decision. Like that's their prerogative, so I'm going to respect that. Like I'm saying, just like, why do we have members caring more, putting more love and attention to the stars than the own company does? It's like what are we doing? Oh yeah, another thing that's also ridiculous, and going back to like that parasocialness, people are saying like, oh man, this company looks so bad for Fullmoko that Shiori's collabing with her own co-workers. What are we doing? How have we made this okay? You know? Like, what are we doing? That should not be a mindset that's even thought. That should not be a thought. That is thunk. What are we doing? Like, Jesus. Like, I feel like this is the biggest mismanagement on Cover's end, and it's just not talked about. Because people will always be like, oh, it's like on the, like people think about it on the creator level. They aren't going to the higher up, where, like, I think it truly is Cover's fault that Stars is where it's at. Because you very clearly can get to this, and you just have chosen to do nothing. And even this in EN sphere. What are we doing? Like, I think, yeah, another thing also why they grow so much is because they have songs, and then you don't give anything to the freaking stars. Like, I feel like Haka's like the only one who has freaking originals. Like, what are we doing, man? I assume that's out of his own pocket, because I assume freaking, like, even though you have company money, I don't think 192,000 subs, you know, you'd make a lot. I wouldn't think so. Like, Rio's another one also who's like a great singer, right? Like, great musical talent. 168,000. Like that's another thing. If you even want to go on the idol thing, have them sing with your own talents. Set them up. Do what you did in 2022, 2023 countdown, and have them collab with each other. And get people to realize, dang, these dudes can sing and dance. Why? Why are we just doing nothing? It's so frustrating to just see this. Octavio's another one. The freaking like song, like duet she did with Liz, Stay With Me, freaking incredible. And we just do nothing to push it, I guess. Except for, I guess it's on the themselves to put them in their 3D lives. We're not gonna do anything about it. We'll just have all the girls try and do it. It should not be a burden of the girls to also help them up. It should be the burden of the company. And like, I don't even think that's the main thing. I think they just want to be friends with them, right? That's not even what they're thinking about, is the propping them up. The company itself should be thinking about like propping them up, right? Like it's ridiculous. You know, I think if you had like stars show up every once in a while, like live stuff, like a hologram or like a main channel thing, you'd also see less of this like idea of, oh, like live and stars should collab each other. Or like you might get it more, but at least they've like interacted with each other or something. I think with hologram though, they send in their own voices like individually. So maybe not with that, but like those old like main channel stuff they did. It's the same reason though also, like I just think having Flowglow and Regloss have their own separate channels is a bad idea. Like I think it's actually a better idea to merge them. Because the thing also with YouTube is that, and I think even like Regloss does that, right? Or like they both do that. I think they literally do it, but like you can just make playlists of like who's singing. Yeah, Raiden cover, Al cover, Kanade cover, Rika cover, Hajime cover. You can just do that, right? But now, like, say if I was going through this, like, yeah, you have like all of them together. Well, yeah, I guess this is when they were making solos. So like, yeah, you would have this show up, right? Oh, the solo series, that's kind of funny. It's diagonal. You have that. Oh, maybe they stopped doing the like those like videos. Also, I think Flowglow still does them. Yeah, it seems like Regloss also kind of stopped. Yeah, like these kind of things. I haven't done one in a minute. I also had that. Yeah, like I think it's just much better if you just put them together and then like, yeah, you already have it set up like this. I mean, I don't know if they can really change it now, but they kind of have to like re-upload everything, but like, yeah, no, they should have absolutely done like that. That's crazy to me that Al has been gone for so long and still has the third most covers. She's been gone for like 6 months, I think. That's crazy. And maybe some of the other ones had like long hiatuses too, but I think ours is probably the longest out of any of them. They have had hiatuses. But like, yeah, I think also it just makes so much more sense if Device had its own channel, right? Because like if you want like news and stuff, like I can understand separating it. I hit home and I'm playing a copyright thing. Like I understand if you want to put like news and stuff like this, you want to just put that on a individual channel. I get it. I mean, especially with like EN, ID, JP, like those are literally different regions. So again, I understand it. But yeah, like I think it would benefit Flowglow and Regloss much better if they were put together. Because like, let's say you just go on the channel and you're like, oh, blah, blah, and then like, you know, obviously this isn't true, but like you would see like maybe like Sue or something, like a Riona right here, right? Alongside like all the Regloss stuff, right? Like, and that's how people get noticed. We are in a, I feel like people don't realize with content creation now, we are much more in like a advertising yourself, getting your name out there kind of way of succeeding. That's why clips are so like so crucial to growth, is because you get your name out there, right? And I think people are still going off of, and this even happened when I made the Aki post. I was that one guy who made that viral 1 minute for Aki post, by the way. Like when I made the Aki post, people were trying to make that like, oh, why don't they get on their own merit? It's like, because it's so much harder in today's like culture, like in the content creator sphere, it's so much harder to grow off of your own merit. I know that firsthand for not doing anything for 4.5 years and getting nothing and going absolutely nowhere, still having 0 views like consistently, because I haven't really done anything, at least like consistently, right? So like I think people also just forget, and like I think honestly the meta for like growing them would be putting them together, right? Like putting Flowglow and Regloss together, and then everything I said with Holostars and Hololive, right? Because even just having those covers, sure they have less views, but I'm sure it helps like some people actually notice and be like, oh shoot, they can really sing. Like again, Rio and Haka, right? Like, and Axel. Like that's the thing, man. I mean, it also helps to for also just like which other girls are like actually cool collabing with dudes, because like Hajime was one who was on the Cyberpunk thing. I was like, oh shoot. Wasn't expecting that, because I don't think she collabed with dudes outside of that. I know she collabed with people like outside of Hololive, but I don't think she's ever like had a stream like with a dude in it. I was like, oh shoot. Yeah, she's perfectly okay with that. Yeah. I think the one that does surprise me the most, like who hasn't, as far as I know, hasn't collabed with like a dude at all, is Subaru. Because Subaru is so extroverted. Like, especially compared to everybody else. But yeah, I don't think she's collabed with a dude at all. Which, yeah, that surprises me. Yeah, like maybe Subaru's like a part of that group, which I feel like would be very surprising. Because like she wasn't even into like the whole idol culture, but I guess she does like, I feel like she is one to typically like follow rules. She's usually the first one to like call out people for making like references or something, which I guess can get you in legal trouble. Or like, I guess on their end, like edgy jokes, like when Toa made the 166 joke. It's like, yeah, I guess Subaru's more of one to like follow rules. She's a rule follower. I mean, yeah, I guess her whole gimmick is being the police, so I guess that would make sense. she's that's kind of one of her big gimmicks, along with Duck. You know. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. She's probably one who just follows norms. Yeah. I wonder how like much of like thick skin Subaru has, because she's been through a lot like before she went like became a member of Hololive. So actually I'm like curious if like she would have like thick skin at all, or just not care. Because I don't know if there's ever been a time she's actually received criticism. Granny's another one I think hasn't collabed with dude, but I think most of gamers, like I think Fubuki's the only one who hasn't, or who has. Yeah. I think that was the most I want to say on that. I think I said it 3 times. I'm like, all right, I think that's what I mostly want to say, and then I just added another thing, or just repeat myself, I think. Well, I think it's because like I kept wanting to make a closing remark, and then I was like, oh, but actually I have something else to add. Even though I think sometimes it was just me saying the same thing. Like, yeah, I feel like also like the fact that Vesper and Desmond are like some of the most sub 2 Holostars, it makes me feel like they're like getting less growth. Which again would make sense because they're not climbing with the girls as much and not getting clipped as much, right? Because that was also a time when like I think they also were just generally getting clips. Like I think Arrow, who like now clips like Bibu mostly, like I think they actually clipped Vesper for like a little bit there, which kind of surprised me. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing too, is like a lot of the big clippers, like they'll clip stars too, they don't care. You know? Like that's also a thing, like the clippers wouldn't care either. You know, they're just normal people. Yeah. I mean, the fact that literally only Bettel and Haka have gotten over Desmond, and they're just not even over Vesper. I mean, they're about to. They're 6k away, but they haven't even gotten over Haka or Bettel and Haka haven't even got over Vesper. Like, and I'm sure Altair's probably been at the subcount he's been at for a while. Same with Axel. Because like again, like after Hollow Salt, like I feel like just Holostars content in general just dropped drastically. Like most of the clips that are like popular that you'll go back and see are like early to mid 2023 to like it's basically the first year of Holostars. That's basically when most of those clips are from. It like fell off a cliff, dude. Like once Vesper and Desmond left. I mean, because I think it was also like kind of controversial they left too. Like it was kind of weird and like awkward. Like they didn't even get like a goodbye stream or anything. So that could have also left a bad taste in the mouth of like a lot of those clippers and stuff. Yeah. I think finally that is what I wanted to say about that. Again, I didn't want that to be directed towards the girls at all. I think it's unfair to blame the girls for it. Like, I think it's much more appropriate to blame Cover for their mishandling of Stars. Because that's really what it is, a mishandling. And like, they can change course, like just literally with what I've said. I think they could change course and fix that. It's just like, how they're doing it right now is so poorly mishandled. The only thing is though, it's like, I think some of them like being as small as they are, right? Because I think they also can get away with more, right? Like ID also maybe in the same light, but I feel like also Maureen, she's literally the most popular like current member at this point, and she still says some insane stuff. I'm gonna be honest. It's just like, all right. Yeah. I see like who the next one is says like insane stuff. Probably Okayu. Or Miko. Miko does have those moments. It might be Miko, actually. Yeah, actually, like a lot of the top ones don't actually say, except Maureen, which, oddly enough, like, funnily enough, that's why people like her. People towards, like, the top. I mean, like, Tweese will say some, like, psychopath stuff, type stuff, but... yeah, I feel like Okayu and Noelle maybe are next. Like, yeah, it's mostly like more comfy, wholesome ones, oddly enough. Like Subaru, Watame, Ayame. It's very weird. Like the crazier ones like Matsuri, like, I mean, she's like in the middle, but maybe like higher up, but yeah, it feels like a lot of like the like really lewd ones. Well, Lapis is like right below Matsuri, but also 100k diff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, because I guess Aki and Choco are also there. It surprises me, because I feel like Aki probably is someone who would be very popular in the West, and yet she has like no clips of her, which I find so weird. Like just from the little bit that like I've seen from Aki clips, I feel like she'd be like perfect for like Western audiences, and yet nobody clips her. So because I feel like also if Aki clips too, it'd be a great opportunity for like other like people to find other creators as well. Since Aki does that a lot. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I think I just wanted to get the Holostars thing off my chest. Because it's just something that's bugged me for so long. Like, how can you have something as massive as Hololive and then you look over at like freaking Holostars and it's just not even remotely close? Like, at that point, it's just a complete mismanagement. And honestly feels like neglect at some points as well. Yeah, the best part about this is I haven't made clips and stuff for like freaking forever, so if I make like a highlight of this, do so bad. They could literally get shown to 0 people. Yeah, awesome, dude. Yeah, you literally have to do like 30 clips or something like that, and then you actually start showing up in the algorithm. Like, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, let me just get 30 clips real quick, hang on. It's so dumb. Ugh. I can find my throat's a little scratchy, but was going on about stuff for a while, so yeah, no. Definitely. Yeah, definitely was part of it. But yeah, I think also me changing the description on those World quizzes helped, because now they're actually being played more. Although, weirdly enough, like, the playlists aren't, like, they ain't going down the playlist as much. Which is kind of weird. Well, someone did the EN branches. And it's like, well, they're kind of doing it, but I mean, I guess before though, like, people really have to be digging, so they're probably just like, alright, I just want to take any Hololive quiz at this point. Like, any new one. That's probably why it was like that. They're so consistent with it. I feel like the Hololive Talents of Fire Emblem Classic though has fallen to the back though, because I feel like someone, I always played that one in a minute. Yeah. I think I might wrap it up soon. I was at an hour and a half actually. And like, I think in this last like 10 minutes. I'm pretty consistently talking, but like, again, I think it might have been me repeating myself. I probably need to like script. If I talk about stuff like this, I probably should like script it or give like bullet points. So like, I don't repeat myself too much, but that's also probably the neurodivergency. That's probably a part of it. Well, and I think also I just want to make sure like all my points got across. So if I repeat myself, that's just me making sure I got my point across. Or like said everything I want to say. Yeah, this is my whole thing. Ugh. Feels like one burp. I'm also not. Yeah, anyway, I think I'll end it. Because I mean, like, there's no reason for me to sit around for like 2 minutes. I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I think I'll see you Sunday then, so goodbye.